whatsoever outside of this chamber shall be considered for any purpose.
With the ground rules set for what could be a long political proceeding in the Texas Senate, both sides began making their arguments at the impeachment trial of Attorney General Ken Paxton. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It is already very clear this is not like a criminal trial. And Paxton's defense openly questioned whether the senators are serving as jurors in this case have already made up their minds. Paxton is accused of misusing his office to help a political friend, now under indictment on federal charges. There's Fox 4's Stephen Dial. He's in the Senate chamber. He's in the Capitol. He was in the Senate chamber most of the day as the trial opened. Stephen, take it away.
Things finished about an hour early today. Started off really slow with some pretrial motions. This definitely, like you mentioned, Steve, is not like an episode of Law and Order. Things are going to go slow, then they're going to go fast, or things will just be unpredictable. So here's what we know. History started to be written today as the impeachment trial finally started for suspended Attorney General Ken Paxton. Now, Ken Paxton was in attendance for the beginning part up until his obligation was done of him basically pleading not guilty to all of the articles of impeachment. What is interesting is a majority of Republicans struck down each motion from the Paxton legal team to completely dismiss all articles of impeachment or certain articles of impeachment. Before the impeachment trial started, State Senator Angela Paxton, who is Attorney General Ken Paxton's wife from Collin County, she talked to him multiple times on the floor of the Senate, giving him a kiss before everything started. Keep in mind, she is not able to vote in this, but she pseudo does have a vote because she can mark herself as present, meaning 21 total senators will have to vote in agreement to convict Ken Paxton on any article of impeachment. That's a tall task, meaning 9 Republicans will need to join all Democrats in voting Ken Paxton out of office.
So, Stephen, I'm curious, what's your interpretation of the opening statements? I mean, Paxton's defense is saying this is nothing, but you have got 4,000 pages to go through. I'm curious what you thought of the statements.
Well, they didn't hire big-name lawyers for no reason, right? They got some of the most-known lawyers on the Paxton side of things and the most-known lawyers in Texas on the impeachment manager side of things. Now, a lot of this is partially just gamesmanship and really just the personalities of those lawyers. Now, take what you will, knowing the evidence that's already been presented to the public and now presented officially, starting to be presented to the state senators. Now, on the impeachment manager side, they're saying the evidence is clear. They're saying that Nate Paul, a donor of Ken Paxton, basically interfered and Ken Paxton was doing him favors. But if you look on the Paxton side of things, Tony Busby and his other lawyers are saying that this was plotted by people who don't like Ken Paxton. They're saying that the media played a role in this, and so very polar opposite descriptions of what happened.
All right, Stephen, do some counting of votes at this point, if you can. There are people who've clearly made up their mind. People are talking how they feel, that, you know, it's not right to have this happen. And there's a lot of outside influence, a lot of advertising putting pressure on people in the Senate chambers. Does anybody know which way it's leaning so far? Do you have an idea? I don't even know if you're allowed to make a guess here, but I want to know what your feeling is and if people have come out and said where they stand and if we have a numbers game yet.
Right. So on the record, no senator is going to say that they already have their mind made up, regardless if they're the most bleeding heart liberal or the most red meat Republican. They're officially on the record not going to say, oh, I've already made up my mind, because they want to say as a senator. But we got a small preview today. This does not mean this is how the final vote will be, but the first votes of those pretrial motions told a lot. It told us which Republicans are sticking with Paxton. The same number, about 6 to 8 every time, voted with Paxton, and then 12 Republicans, including 3 from North Texas, voted with all the Democrats. And so that may be tipping their hand a little, but we still won't know until this thing is all done.
All right, and Stephen, just quickly looking ahead, what's next throughout the week?
So we finished an hour early today. We start back at 9 a.m. tomorrow. The day looks like it's going to go 9 to 6 p.m. with about 20-minute breaks every 90 minutes, and then an hour-long lunch break. People are getting a little restless today, so I think a lot of people are happy that we finished at 5. They'll probably go to 6 tomorrow.
Got it. All right, and you'll be there. Stephen, thank you.
As we continue our coverage of the impeachment trial of Ken Paxton, you can watch the live stream on fox4news.com, the Fox 4 YouTube page, and when we're not in a newscast, on Fox Local. That's our streaming app you can find on Apple TV, Roku, Android, and Amazon Fire. It is free to download, and no login is required.